Nangadev, Murahoneza. The stage is set for a gigantic clash between two wounded teams taking the floor with everything to prove here at the Palais des Sports in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. Fresh from a second defeat to Uganda at the FIBA Women's AfroBasket, the Lioness of Teranga have their backs against the wall. And on the other side, Rwanda are winless following defeats to Nigeria and Mozambique. In the earlier games with the qualification to the quarterfinals, we saw victories for Mozambique and South Sudan. And up next is Rwanda and Senegal. Well, with me here is Ifi Ibekwe, two-time African champion. Welcome to this game.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. These two teams will battle it out to see who advances to the quarterfinal.
Yeah, absolutely. Ashok Mgisha here, and obviously you can feel the vibe inside the Palais des Sports here on the west coast of Africa. And as the sun sets and prepares to go down, these two teams will hope its rays shine brightest towards their tournament objectives. For Senegal, fresh from that defeat against Uganda, they want to make a point here and recover from that.
Yeah, Rwanda has 0 wins in this tournament, while Senegal has 1-for-1. They beat Guinea, but they lost to Uganda. So we'll see what both teams bring to the table today.
The last meeting between these two teams at the Women's AfroBasket was 2011, with Senegal winning by 10 points, 71-61. in a Group B matchup. But before we get into the action, let's go through the proceedings here with the national anthems.
Arbitre en chef, Guzman Loreano, assisté de Sarti Ngisulifwa et Dorothy Judy Okach. Alors, nous allons nous tenir debout pour les hymnes des deux pays et nous commençons par l'hymne du Rwanda. L'hymne national du Sénégal.
A moment of pride here for both of these teams, and as we see the sharing of gifts there, Sheikh Sarr, the coach of Rwanda, is Senegalese by nationality, and as he hugs there Sidi Sall, who was his protege when he was coaching Seed Academy in chess in Senegal. It is a match that is bringing together two gigantic coaches, and really a clash of titans.
Oh, I can't wait for this game to start. The energy on both teams and how they're so focused because they know it is one and done in this game today.
Bella Murekatete, who will be one of the important players here for Rwanda, leading all of the blocks section there for this Rwandan team, averaging 3 blocks per game. But let's look at the referees here. Julius Guzman Laureno from Puerto Rico, Sati Niulifwa from Namibia, and Dorothy Judy Okach from Botswana.
You can see how both teams are locked in and how Senegal has came out. They were out a little bit earlier than Rwanda, stretching and getting prepared for this game.
Yeah, Rwanda face history here. The last time out in 2023 at home at the BK Arena in Kigali, they reached the semi-finals, but let's see if they can achieve the same away from home.
Yeah, Rwanda with 0 wins in this tournament so far is looking to get their first one today.
Well, looking at the starting 5 here for Rwanda: Destiny Promise, Philoxy, Bella Murekatete, Odile Tetero, Angeneli Irakoze, and Keisha Hampton.
We're going to see the captain, Philoxy, who had 15 points and 3 assists in their last game, but look and be aware of when Murekatete gets her rhythm in this game.
And the coach, Sheksar, a doctor by education, a FIBA instructor, and really also the technical director, and just someone who understands the game of basketball. He comes up against his nation, and that should be interesting. Starting 5 here for Senegal: Sierra Dillard, Ndioma Khan, Yassine Job, Majigan Sen, and Soknan Jai.
When the ball is in Sin's hand, the team definitely gets behind her. She is a key player for me, for Senegal, because when she's on the court, they cannot stop Senegal. So hopefully she stays out of foul trouble and is able to play majority of the game.
There he is, a champion of Africa with Nigeria. He coached you. You know a thing or two about him.
I do. Coach Otis Hughley Jr. Here representing the head coach of Senegal.
Should be interesting here in terms of what changes he has to make to get his team going here. The Lionesses of Teranga, they're very hungry and are really the most successful team on the African continent. 11 titles. They've played the FIBA Women's AfroBasket 28 times, and they've reached the semifinals 28 times.
Wow, that's amazing statistics to have, and they know what's on the line in this game, as they know that they probably think we should have beat Uganda, but Uganda played amazing. So let's lock in and do what we have to do to secure this win is definitely what's going on in their mind.
When you look at the length here of this Senegalese team, they're really a very tall team as we go under 1 minute to tip-off time.
They're tall, they're long, and they're athletic, and they're very aggressive. So they're definitely going to box out and get some offensive board, as they had 33 offensive rebounds in that game against Uganda. Even though they lost, they beat them by 55 total rebounds in that game.
One of the things that should have been a concern for Coach Otis is that Uganda made 33 turnovers and still won the game in overtime. It is something that they will definitely have spoken about, and something that video coordinator Emmanuel Mavoma will have looked into.
Everyone had a day off yesterday to rest and to breathe, and now these two teams are facing in the qualifications for the quarterfinals.
One of the matchups that we'll keep an eye on will be Bella Murekatete and Sen inside the paint there. But 13 points on average here for Destiny Philoxy, the captain. 3.5 rebounds and 4 assists. She should be the leader on the floor for the Rwandans.
And another key player to look at is Khan, who averages 14 points and 6.0 rebounds, and that is a matchup that I would like to see, that we'll see Hampton on Rwanda versus Khan on Senegal.
It should be interesting. Khan is leading all the blocks at this competition with 6 in total in just 2 games played. So inside that paint, it should be a good matchup. Rwanda get us underway. Hampton already with a good reaction there for Rwanda.
We're definitely going to see Rwanda trying to push the pace and not allow Senegal's defense to get set up.
You spoke about the matchup there between Hampton and Sen inside the paint or even up against Can. Should keep an eye on it. Rwanda with the inbound. Tetero. Murekatete finds Philoxy at the top of the key. They're just trying to make sure that they have a couple of touches on the ball before they get in, and they lose it. Good steal there from Soknanjai as Can attempts for the very first time here. Yes, in drop in proper captain fashion.
Captain doing captain things as she follows that miss and gets the putback.
Great reaction there from Yassine Diop, the poster girl of this Senegalese side. You can see the hassle. She beats 3 Rwandan players inside the paint, gets the putback there for second chance points here for Senegal. Yassine Diop makes it 3 points here to get Senegal an early lead.
Yeah, she's one of the players to lock in on it as she had 13 points and 7 rebounds her last game.
Tetero finds Irakoze. It's a woman-to-woman defense here inside the paint. And Senegal are really putting pressure on Rwanda to make sure that they don't have any easy points here.
Yeah, Senegal has been in a tight defense. They show zone, but then they go into man in the last second.
7 seconds on the clock. Tetero finds Irakoze. She tries to scare up. Finds Murekatete, keeping an eye on the clock. There's a shot clock violation there, and Senegal run down the lens. Dillard in and out. Finds Yassine Diop. Sen. Yassine Diop once again with an opportunity to make it count here for Senegal. Doesn't make it. You can see the frustration on her face.
I love that she's attacking the offensive board and getting those rebounds early on.
Otis, being the Otis that he is, loves to see his team use their efficiency there. And Yassine Diop will once again go to the free throw line.
Yeah, they are going to the offensive board as Rwanda is not a team that is going to box you out. And so that was one of the keys to the game for Senegal.
Yassine Diop is perfect on the free throw line. 2 for 2 inside 1 minute here. Wow. What else can you say? 5-0 here with Senegal in the lead. Hampton down the middle, tries to find Bella. And Soknanjai with the all-important rebound there as Yassine Diop finds Dillard through the middle. Sen, Diop. Dillard. Soknanjai gets to Yassine Diop. The number of times that Yassine has gotten onto the ball is really impressive here.
I think she understood the assignment coming off of that loss against Uganda.
Wow, if that ball had really dropped, it was definitely making it to the Instagram highlight reel.
Senegal definitely came to play, understood that they need this win to continue to progress in this tournament.
Look at the one-leg attempt there from Can. Dillard finds Yassine Diop at the top of the key, reads the situation. And Philoxy with a steal finds Tetero. It is 2 against 1, and Bella Murekatete unable to find the distance that she needed.
Oh, that was a good move, but she couldn't connect.
There's been a call on the floor, and Senegal will regain the ball possession. 2 early personal fouls for Odile Tetero.
Yeah, she has to be very careful as she is needed for this Rwandan team.
There's a quick change on the floor as Glorious Byukusenje comes on for Tetero. 1 minute, 35 seconds played so far. Khan Dillard, the captain of this team, one of the leaders. Yasinjo finds Dioma Khan. Soknanjai rescues the ball, and Sen is on the floor once again.
Ooh, a lot of bodies flying in this game already.
Philoxy with a jumper to make Rwanda's first points here.
The captain, Philoxy, did so amazing in her last game. Even though they lost, she had 15 points and 3 assists.
Very impressive stat for her there. Yasin Job squares up, and she is the woman with the hard hands right now and has scored all of Senegal's points.
The captain leading the way with 8 points.
Impressive stat here for the captain. Whatever was said to her after the defeat against Uganda is working right now. Look at the celebration there from the bench. Timera, Khadija, Fai, all just happy for her.
Yeah, I mean, happy for the team that they're up and having this momentum in the beginning of the game, because you couldn't really see that against their last game against Uganda.
1-for-1 from behind the arc there for Yasin Job. Senegal leading 8-2 Hampton. Trying to cross the halfway line. Philoxy. The ball down to Yukusenje. Philoxy, there's movement inside the paint. Yukusenje. The bigs are up and out. Decisions have to be made right now. Shot clock violation for the second time here for Rwanda. They've run out of options, and you can see the support there from the Senegalese fans saying Senegal rek, which means Senegal only.
Glorious. Look.
Review 2.
No.
Fly's not working.
No, look.
It's 4 people.
No. Look, Fly. It's working because she come and take the ball. She's working. I want 1 and 2 be like this. You guys need to run. Run and come back. 4 man we pop and get the ball. So you come back to give you the ball.
Okay.
Okay, you got this? Now they're doing this. They do zone. Run, flash, yes. They go this, run, flash. Okay, you have the ball. She said you are here.
Yes.
4 man come, hit this. Okay, you got this? All right. Let's go, come on. Yo, when we score, we go 21, go man to man. Okay? Run down until 1, 2, 3. Rwanda!
Well, the instructions are very clear there from Coach Sheksar Ifi. What did you pick up?
He's saying that they're in zone, but in the first few minutes they were faking like they were in zone and going into a quick man after the first 2 passes. And so that's probably why Rwanda doesn't have that rhythm, because they're probably calling their zone offense, but it's actually a man-to-man defense for Senegal.
Well, there it is from the upcoming Coach Ifi Ibekwe.
I'm okay on the sideline.
You're okay, bro.
I like commentating.
I know. Dioma Khan with the inbound. There's a full court press here from Rwanda. They're not going to make it easy for Senegal. Yasin Job, Sen looks for options, finds Soknanjai. And there's a scramble for the ball.
Bodies are been flying since the first game of this tournament, and it has not let up as the defense for Rwanda has been well.
Well, there it is. As Soknanjai was unable to pick up that ball, but 5 sets of hands on it just shows you the intention here. Senegal. Dioma Khan on the best line. Yasin Job. Captain fantastic. Just hits the rim and is not enough. Picks her own rebound, but it will not count. And Rwanda can breathe.
Yeah, that foul was on Sen. As you could see, as she's trying to battle for that box out, but ended up fouling.
We spoke about the matchup, and we're already seeing the signs of Mrekatete and Sen inside the paint. It's her first foul and Senegal's first team foul.
Senegal in a man-to-man defense out of that timeout.
Rwanda Hampton tries to use the board, doesn't drop. Sen with the rebound. Rwanda have made a change with Rosine Michamiza coming on. Sen tries to turn around, it doesn't work, and Philoxy down the lane, and great defense from Sokmanjai.
Rwanda needs to know that the defensive stop that they get is going to convert for their offense, so continuing to play that aggressive defense.
As they say, defense wins you championships. Hampton. Mrekatete. Rwanda trying to beat this fake zone that you talked about. Rosine Michamiza with the three-point attempt. It goes wide.
Good defense from Senegal.
And Senegal just look like every time they get the ball, they're really trying to run down the clock until they find options. Sent beautifully down there. Great assist from Sokmanjai.
Great dive, way to call for the ball. Hands up. This is her first basket of the game.
And she's the first player outside of Yassine Job to score as well. 10 for Senegal, 2 for Rwanda. Philoxy with the fake, dribbles to the left, and just doesn't drop there. Bella Mrekatete attacks the basket. And
we know what Dillard does best. She's going to have at least 1 or 2 charges in a game where she uses her body and sacrifices it, as you see here on the screen.
Well, Dillard, the good thing that she did was not to move. And we see Senegal with the ball possession. It is a fast personal foul for Bella Mrekatete. And Rwanda are already in the red 5 minutes into the first quarter.
And if I'm Senegal's offense, I will be attacking the basket to get some free throws on the board.
Wow, Khadija Faye.
Oh, she's so young. It's so powerful. Every time Sid goes to the basket, Faye comes in and she's on fire because she does amazing at her young age.
Wow, 4 turnovers here for Rwanda. And for Khadija Faye, the footwork is just really actually the same that we've seen with Ndioma Khan.
Yeah, her game is just going to continue to grow as she gets older in this game. And that was just amazing footwork, amazing move.
Khadija Faye, second player here to go to the free throw line. Misses her first one. Khadija Faye, one of the youngsters of this Senegalese team.
She had 6 points and 7 rebounds the last game against the loss of Uganda, but there was no drop off from when she's on the court, and the veteran player, Sid, as she's on the court as well. And you like to see that during teams. When you make those substitutions, you don't want to see that drop off.
Absolutely. There you go. Hope Butera comes on for Bella Mrekatete. Philoxy looking for options. Butera drives through the middle, tries to use the board. Rebecca Chuzuzo, and it is a walk that has been called.
Rwanda just struggling to even get a shot attempt in this game, but that is credit to the defense of Senegal.
Yassine Job back in action here. Khadija Faye tries to use her body against Hope Butera. Great defense from Rwanda. Philoxy. Rwanda setting up. Trying to have the bigs on the inside. Irakoze. Chuzuzo, 1 against 3. She's been blocked. And Khadija Faye rescues the ball there for Senegal.
Senegal has been very focused this game.
Dioma Khan comes very close with that attempt, and they managed to secure the ball again, Senegal. Dillard. Pui. Dioma Kai again, this time from the right. Pui with the rebound.
Did you see one hand rebound by Pui right now?
Inside the paint at that.
Oh, just amazing rebound, and they are known to go to the offensive board. So you see right here, Kant shoots the ball, and Pui just gets it, grabs it in one hand, and gets fouled.
She'll go to the free throw line here as Irakoze heads to the bench. Yukusenje comes back in. 3 minutes, 53 seconds to play. Pui gets her fast one. Senegal are up to 12 and establish a 10-point lead here as Sokman Diaye looks on.
Another offensive rebound for Senegal.
They've really done a good job in terms of just staying focused inside the paint, picking those rebounds, and just really giving themselves second chances every time the ball doesn't drop for them. Dillard. Khadija Faye with another one-hand rebound there. Pui inside the paint. There's a Rwandan wall. Timera. Yukusanja with the rebound there.
Yeah, look for Timera to come off that bench and shoot her shot. She's one of the three-point shooters for Senegal.
Philoxy. Runners on the best line. Good defense there from Khadija Faye. There's frustration on the face of Sheikh Sarr. He cannot believe what he's seeing. He's made a couple of changes on the floor and will make yet another one.
I know he knows Rwanda has nothing to lose, so he is subbing in the players that are going to give their all and going to give their best while they're on the floor.
Faustine Muizerwa comes on for Philoxy.
Rwanda in a 2-3 zone.
Timera, Khadija Faye. Hokbutera with the rebound there. Irakoze, 1 against 2. Takes the jumper, and it's an air ball.
That's just not the shot that you want to take right now. And I know that you want to get the rhythm of your team, but it's okay to, you know, make the break, have all your teammates back, and just send the offensive up.
Well, they had 15 seconds on the clock there. Could have made a better decision. Timera drives into the paint. Pui takes the attempt.
A lot of these Senegalese shots are going in and out, but these are good attempts early in this first quarter.
There's a change on the floor as Sen returns, and Khadija Faye will take a break. She's done a great job since she's come on, and of course made that 1 point, 2 rebounds, and the steal. Hokbutera. Yukusenje. The woman-to-woman defense works there as Dioma Khan runs down the lane and makes the easy 2 points.
Her long athleticism was able to create that, and that was her first basket of the game.
There's a double team from the Senegalese, and it really is working against Rwanda as Hokbutera turns the ball over.
This is exactly what Coach Otis wants from his Senegalese team, to be aggressive on defense and make up for the mistakes that they had in the Ugandan game.
The body language here of Rwanda will have to change if they want to get something from this game. 8 turnovers there for Rwanda in 8 minutes played in the first quarter. Victor Inchal, good defense. Runs down the lane, Irakoze, 1 against 2. Ball is stolen, Victor Inchal, and Pui is fouled.
And definitely a hustle play as she taps her chest saying, that's my bad, coach, that's my bad. But Child definitely made up for that as she steals the ball and passes it to the teammate, and they got a foul.
Now let's look at the replay there. A bit of a bump, and Senegal will go to the free throw line. Nenenjai with a huge smile there, ear to ear. Senegal are 5 for 7 on the free throw line today, 71.43%. And Nenenjai makes it count.
You like to see how a team comes off of a loss and how locked in they are in their next game. And Senegal has shown that since the very moment tip-off of this game.
Fundamental basketball, breathe in, breathe out. And that could get you the free throws, and indeed it does. 16 for Senegal, 2 for Rwanda, 2 for 2 on the charity line there for Nenenjai.
Rwanda needs to break this press right now as Senegal is in a full court pressure, trying to keep the consistent rattleness that they've had towards the Rwandan offense.
Well, there it is as Hampton gets the ball, and Philoxi will come down. Under 2 minutes to go here. Philoxi beats the Senegalese defense there, but is unable to score, but she'll go to the free throw line.
You can't ask much for the captain, Philoxi, as she slices through 2 white jerseys to create that foul.
Look at how she gets past San Pui and is fouled by Timera. Senegal with 2 team fouls here, even if they've been playing the woman-to-woman defense, full court press, they just have 2 team fouls.
That's actually really good for Senegal. That means they're playing aggressive, but they're not fouling on purpose. They have their hands up. They're being big and long, as they should.
Philoxi with the 3 points there for Rwanda. No other player is yet to score in this game. Sen, Victor Inchal. Sen again takes the 1 dribble on the left. There's a rebound thanks to Hampton. Asuma Uize on the floor for Rwanda. Uizera finds Uize. Hampton looks at the clock. Wow, well done. Beautiful 3-pointer there. And Rwanda up to 6.
Yeah, that's her first points of the game, and look for that, her doing that more often.
Timera through the middle, finds Nenenjai on the outside. She has acres of space and makes it count for Senegal.
Wow, the crowd in here is up on their feet as she has 5 points.
It's the second 3-pointer here for Senegal. Under 1 minute to play. Muizera, ball is stolen by Timera, and the foul.
You can see the frustration on that foul, but great defensive job from Timera on Senegal.
Timera will become the 5th Senegalese player to go to the free throw line here in this first quarter. They've really done well. And 7 for 9.
She always contributes to great offense and defense and minutes when she comes on the floor.
Senegal 19, Rwanda 6, as we see Sidi Sall, one of the upcoming coaches in Senegal, giving the instructions there. He's the assistant coach to Oris. Timera makes her first one. This is the second. Good opportunity here for Rwanda to make amends before the end of the first quarter. Muizera finds Hampton. Senegalese are really crushing in well, and they get the ball. Victorine Chow.
Another great defensive stop from Senegal.
Bigesar with the rebound.
Senegal is high hedging. When the guard comes off that screen, they are trying to high hedge, and sometimes it ends up as a trap, but sometimes it doesn't. But Rwanda needs to be very aware of that, because that is what's causing them to turn the ball over.
Victorine Chow with the instructions there for her teammates. 11.3 seconds on the clock. Rwanda ball. Philoxy finds Mizera. It's it back to Philoxy. Down the lane. Victorine Chow keeps her in check. Philoxy attempts the three. And there's no foul that will be called here. It's the end of the first quarter. Senegal 26 for Rwanda. It's a very powerful message here from the Lionesses of Teranga. The way that they started the game. Yassine Diop out of the gates with a lot of energy. 8 quick points for her team, but let's look at the numbers.
We see here 21% for Senegal from 3 for 14 and just 1 for 8 for Rwanda, and that's just not enough. And Senegal getting to the line 8 out of 11 times, which has been the reason why they have more points on the board.
Yeah, it explains the strategy they've been driving into that game. But let's look at the first quarter best plays here.
First of a few for Rwanda, as that was the first basket Philoxy was able to put up.
On the other side, Yassine Diop, Captain Fantastic, was able to open the floodgates here for Senegal with that three-pointer, just enough to impress the crowd in her presence.
Yeah, she had 8 points and 4 rebounds in this first quarter. As you see here on the screen, another turnover, and Ken going to the basket strong.
And here we see Hampton with that three-pointer to add to what Philoxy was able to do earlier. And on the other side, Hui coming on in good fashion and just being able to score that three.
Rwanda already having 9 turnovers in this game, and it's just too much if you want to compete for a position in the quarterfinals.
Well, there it is. You can download the Courtside 1891 app and get extended highlights, all the schedules and live scores within the FIBA family. There's so much action going on across the world, but also you can get everything happening at the FIBA Women's AfroBasket here in Abidjan in Côte d'Ivoire. Quarter gets underway. Odile Tetero with her 2 personal fouls is back on the floor. Bella Murekatete, top of the key. Looking for options here. There's a double team and Senegal get the ball. Mathilde Diop, Bigay Sarr, Dioma Khan almost attempted that backhanded pass. It doesn't work and Rwanda steal the ball. Philoxy with the 2 points.
Well, that was a good move. She did a Euro and made that basket look fancy.
Just good enough for Bella Mekatete to use her body well there to create the passage. Yassine Diop, Dillard, Mathilde and Diop. Dioma Khan with the jumper, and Mekatete does enough to get the rebound. Rwanda will maintain the ball. 5 steals for Senegal here today, 2 for Rwanda. Odile Tetero. Well, Ify, what does Rwanda need to continue doing here to just stay alive against Senegal?
Whoop.
Well, there it is. I guess the answer. I have the answer as Hampton with the jumper. She's up to 5 points already here for Rwanda.
She responded before I could.
Hampton finds Bella Mrekatete, almost loses the ball, and she's fouled in transition.
And I would say the energy of the first, these last two possessions for Rwanda has really been helpful for them to get some points. You see Mrekatete running the floor, and that's what they didn't do in the first quarter. If you run the floor and your guards are securing that defensive rebound, run the floor, they're gonna find you. And that's exactly just what just happened.
You spoke about this starting from good defense. The defensive rebound that they picked on the other side is what allowed them to have that play. And finally, Bella Mrekatete gets her first point here today.
And if you could do something once as a team, you can do it again. So it starts on defense for Rwanda to get that energy flowing in the second quarter.
Bella Mrekatete, 25 years of age. She's averaging 7 points here and 8 rebounds. And on the floor you have Jai, Dillard, Matilda Job, Yasin Job, and Nene Jai.
And you see from that defensive stop Rwanda did, you have Hampton on the ball, pressuring a white jersey, and then again the ball is rewarded back to Rwanda for an offensive attack.
Despite their slow start here, Rwanda did manage to keep the scores decent. There's another turnover here, 11 turnovers for Rwanda. Soknanjai gets her first 2 points in this second quarter.
That's a great move from Soknanjai to attack the basket. And again, another turnover. This Senegal defense is playing at their best.
The lapse in concentration there for Rwanda is affecting their game plan. Soknanjai with a turnaround. Woo! Wow, that was beautiful play there from Soknanjai.
Yeah, she has 4 points. She really stepping up every time she's come on the floor. You've seen her progression as she plays.
Rwanda, Tetero at the top as a double team. Stolen by Soknanjai once again. Nenenjai down the left. She has options. Dillard. 2 extra points for Senegal.
This is exactly how Senegal wants to play at their pace, but it all starts on defense.
Wow, that is a great reaction there from Irakoze. It almost came out of nowhere for Rwanda.
And that's Stephanie's first points of the game.
She's a 4th player now to contribute for Rwanda. Yasin Job with a turnaround. Dillard misses. Hampton in the right place at the right time for the rebound. Finds Philoxi. Tetero. Hampton on the inside. Ball is stolen again by Yasin Job.
Wow, she's just doing everything. Captain doing captain things on this floor.
Wow, and the finish there from Nenenjai. She squares up nicely, and you can see the celebration there from Pui. Irakoze finds Mrekatete. Another attempt here at the 3. Yasin Job at the right place. The ball is stolen from Philoxi. 1 against 3. Hampton. Philoxi uses so much energy there to get her hands onto the ball.
It doesn't seem like Rwanda is playing together. They're just getting the ball up the court and shooting their first opportunity. Let the defense of Senegal move side to side, get your defenders tired, and then attack. And that's how Rwanda can get their chemistry and cohesion in this second quarter.
They've done it just a few times, and they'll have to go back to that strategy. 5 minutes, 58 to go as Soknanjai goes up easily. And you wonder why there was no random defense there.
It's just a defensive lap for Rwanda on that possession.
She's up to 7 points. Soknanjai, Irakoze finds Mrekatete. Hampton via the baseline. steps on the line.
All these little mistakes that are compiling is letting the lead continue to grow and grow in Senegal's favor.
16-point difference here as we see the captain speaking to the coach, talking about their strategy. Timera, Soknanjai, Hampton almost got it. Ball gets to Nenenjai, this time from the right. Philoxy does enough to tap the ball away.
Great offensive movement from Senegal. They just weren't able to convert.
16-point game here as we see Nenenjai attempting the three there, but it comes off Sen. And Rwanda have another opportunity here to build. Wizera, Murekatete. Philoxy goes through the middle. There's a very tough Senegalese wall there, and they lose the ball, Rwanda. Dillard with the backhand. Timera attempts the three. Doesn't get the right distance. Dillard with a shake to the left, fakes. Nenenjai finds Dillard under the basket. Timera once again. Wow. She really must have done something to the basketball gods to get that one going.
That's how you call what you call ball movement from a great African team right now, as you're seeing Senegal lead the way in this second quarter.
They are a team that understand what it means to play at the highest table of African basketball, and they'll use that experience here against Rwanda. Timera finds Nenenjai, Sokna. That's a turnover. Stepped on the line, Soknanjai.
You see the coach of Senegal saying, just shoot the ball. You're wide open. Instead of attacking the basket, and then our foot was on the line.
32 for Senegal, 14 for Rwanda. 3 minutes, 57 seconds to go.
We need to play together, guys. Let's go short. Offensively, we go short. Make sure you pass the ball to two. To get the ball, you need to seal your man. Seal your man, wait for the five to go out. Back screen, dive, pop out. Pass to one, cross screen, choose. Guys, we need to be patient. We need to run the play. We are rushing. We are rushing. Defensively, we are not ready. We said we go man to man. We go man to man. Run down 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Well, the instructions are very clear there from Coach Sheksar. But if we look at Yassine Job, the space that she had to take that three-pointer and what it meant for the bench, for the team, as they take a comfortable lead here, 18 points difference.
I mean, the captain, Yassine Job, has 8 points, leading the way for her team as she sits on the bench to cheer. But as we heard into that timeout, the Rwandan coach said, we are not playing together. If we play together, we can have a much better progress right now. So hopefully they execute when it's their turn to get on offense, but it starts from defense, as we see here that Rwanda is in a man-to-man. 15
turnovers there for Rwanda in 16 minutes played here is just not a good look for this team. Kui tries to find Soknanjai, who almost loses the ball, but Timera, and there's a shot clock violation there. Rwanda will be pleased with the result of that.
Yeah, they finally got a stop, and hopefully they're able to convert on the offensive end.
Philoxy does enough to cross the line. Irakoze Another Irakose. And the ball will still stay in Rwanda's hands.
And you can take that because 4 women players touched the ball, and that's the ball movement the coach was talking about in their previous timeout.
Look at what that could have led to. Murekatete, Philoxi. 19 points here from turnovers for Senegal and just 1 for Rwanda. For Rwanda, they really have to come down and just try to find some of those things that work for them. They have a couple of shooters on the floor. Both Irakoses can damage the Senegalese defense there, but they're yet to get into a rhythm that works for them as we see Rosine Michoniza come back to the floor. Pui, strong drive to the basket, and she drops the 2-point.
Oh, what strong drive that Pui just did, and high touch off the glass to count that basket.
Now they establish a 20-point lead here for Senegal.
And with Rwanda, they're just playing at the pace of Senegal, and they literally do not have to. You play at the pace of your team. You get into those right positions. You set those good screens. You cut hard, and your teammates will find you. But they are just playing so rushed. But that's exactly what the defense of Senegal does to you.
We spoke about teamwork here, and for Senegal, 9 players have contributed on the scoring charts, and for Rwanda, it's just the 4. 5 points for Philoxi, 5 for Hampton, 3 for Stephanie Irakose, and 1 for Bella Murekatete. Pui goes to the basket. Good positioning there from Rosine Michoniza, and there's a foul. It will be a second team foul here for Pui.
Pui just playing really, really aggressive with the minutes that she's giving right now, and she's locked in this game.
Yeah, her first personal foul and second team foul here for Senegal. Stephanie Irakose. Stephanie on the left tries to get the ball to Bella, but Soknanjai is in the right place at the right time. Victorine Chow with the points down the lane.
Those are her first points of the game.
And she effectively becomes the 10th player here for Senegal to score. Murekatete, top of the key. Michoniza drives through the middle, finds Uize. Soknanjai with yet another rebound. And Nenenjai makes it look very easy here for Senegal.
What a beautiful outlet to her teammate running the floor, as Njai has 9 points in this game.
The 9 points for Soknanjai, the leading goal scorers to date. Now, for Rwanda, they'll not want to look at the stats at halftime. 20 turnovers before the halftime break is not exactly what Sheksar would have wanted to address at the halftime break. Timera loses the ball, comes off the foot there. Rosine Michoniza has a turnover once again. Soknanjai in the right place at the right time. Victorine Chow. Good pressure on the ball there from Michoniza.
That's just not what you want for 21 turnovers to go into the half, and then 1 minute still left on the clock. So hopefully Rwanda can just get some momentum so they can get that pressure off their back a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Victorine Chow finds Soknanjai. The ball just because of the rim there. Chow telling her teammates to calm down. Finds Soknanjai long enough inside there to almost get the ball, We spoke about the length of this Senegalese side, Ifi.
Yeah, the Senegalese team is long and lean and athletic, and they can jump out this gym. So that's exactly why Chow threw that ball up high in the sky.
Yeah, they'll have to delve into their strength there. Timera with another attempt, tries to use the board, but it doesn't work. Hampton, 1 against 3. Hampton finds Irakoze from the baseline with the timely three-pointer here for Rwanda.
And that was one of the best offensive movements for Rwanda.
The no-look pass from Diomacan to Kui is just exactly what Senegal deserved with that move.
And Kui has 5 points in this quarter.
Bella Murekatete. Bella to the paint, finds Irakoze out to Hampton. Great job there to Murekatete, but she doesn't get the right energy. And we go into the halftime break here. 40 points for Senegal, 17 for Rwanda. A 23-point difference between the 11-time champions and the semi-finalists from the 2023 edition.
I mean, what a way to play and come to this game prepared, zoned in on what they have to do to get this win.
Beautifully done there, as we see the high fives from Fatou Jan, one of the players who could have contributed to Senegal in this fixture. But let's look at the numbers here.
45%, 13 for 29 on the twos, and 11 attempts at the free throw line, while Rwanda only got to the free throw line 4 times. You could see here Senegal with 24 rebounds to Rwanda's 19, but 21 turnovers for Rwanda is just not going to cut it if you're trying to get a win in today's game.
And of course, looking at the individual contribution here, Soknanjai with the 9, Yasin Job, captain, fantastic with the 8, and Jai as well with the 6. On the other side, Stephanie Irakoze with 6, Hampton with 5, as well as Philoxi, the captain of Rwanda.
I mean, you love to see how a team takes an L, takes a loss, and comes back laser focused. And you can see right here the best second quarter plays as Philoxi goes in strong, and here Hampton turn around and almost that one rattles in and out.
Yeah, they needed that, Rwanda, just to keep them going here, but Hampton trying to find Murekatete and Soknanjai. She's really been near perfect here for Senegal. She's been locked in and just able to use her body and experience inside the pen with the jumpers, with everything in terms of getting the rebounds on the other side of the court. But Nenenjai, let's speak about her experience and combination and unselfishness there, sharing the ball with Dillard.
I mean, Rwanda has been playing the best that they can, as you can see here, that one of a few three-point shots, but it was Senegal that continues to play at their pace and play amazing together.
Well, the body language for Rwanda will have to change if they want to get something from this game. We already saw South Sudan come from a 19-point deficit to beat Egypt by 10 points in the earlier game. That's the attitude that Rwanda will need to have coming out of the dressing room. There's still so much basketball to play with 2 quarters to go.
I think that when we're...
Well, there it is at the halftime break. We'll go into a break and come back with more action.
This isn't a moment. It's a time unlike any before.
It's not a request, not a maybe, not a someday.
This is now. Feel our presence, built on strength
and drive. Not rising, we are arriving. Not hoping, but owning.
This isn't a moment, it's movement. Constant, relentless.
Every cut, every pass, every shot.
Earned.
Taken.
undeniable. The future, it's already here.
Forged in sweat, ruled by queens. When we move, the whole game shifts.
And we're unstoppable in all directions. We own the game.
Rosine Muchamiza attempts the 3 points, makes it. It was all about the net there. It's a swish, nicely done from Muchamiza. Joe McCann misses her shot attempt, and on the other side gets involved in defense trying to block Kaba.
Ibrahim showing some great footwork. Wow, what a superb finish. And fancy footwork there from Ibrahim. Amu Kamara looking to go to Musa. Picks up the pass, and there's a beautiful feed ahead. Drops in every moment.
Mozambique has came out and started the game well with that steal and a 2-point basket.
Ethiopia attacks the basket and good. It is a foul. Impressive finish there.
Waraga makes a crucial free throw, pushes it up to a 6-point differential. Drop-off pass, perfect from Lucas. That is a pinpoint pass, and it's easily dropped in by Peso. Step back 3, look good, out of the hand. He spins, gets the bucket, and you can count the and one. Again, we get to see what her footwork and her handwork combined as she picks up 2 points. Mara driving in, sent right back. And Lamunu has a message for Mara on the defensive end. She's been lethal from the outside, set back by Akpana. Turns, well contested again. Well work, great work there by Okonkwo. A chance for Nigeria out on the fast break. Carlos sent back. Udo Katete says, get that out of here.
That is unbelievable. These guys will be legends in their own countries, but also in the international basketball world.
Well, there you have the standout player for Rwanda, Irakoze, with that fine 3-pointer, timely to give them confidence here going into the halftime break, and just able to connect from the best line, and everyone was looking for her as the go-to woman.
Yeah, she's the one that put up those points, but you want to see even more contributions across the board for the Rwandan.
Looking at the stats there, obviously 4 players from Rwanda have been able to score here. Philoxy with the 5, 1 from Rekatete, Stephanie Rakosa with 6 and 5 for Hampton. But on the other side, Nene Njai has been very busy here. 9 points, 2 for 2 from the free throw line and 100% from the field.
She's been playing amazing. She came off that bench ready to shoot, as you can see right here, but she's ready to score. She's bringing the energy on offense, but also defense. So definitely going to continue that momentum for them.
We saw her smile earlier, and that confidence was just enough to portray what she can do here. Her teammates trust her, the coach trusts her, but the ability to square up, there was not so much defense there from Rwanda, but they'll have to rethink that. In transition, just down the lane, 1-2, basic fundamental basketball off the glass, and she made no mistake. Now, Rwanda are back now from the dressing room. Whatever has been said, we'll have to get them motivated, inspired to try and orchestrate a comeback here against 11-time African champions, Senegal.
Out here early on this warm-up, getting their body movement, moving. They had 21 points in the first half, and that's just not going to cut it if they want to compete in this game.
A couple of players will have to step up as well in terms of scoring. Irakoze has done a good job so far, but there's still so much basketball to be played.
Yeah, and they only had 2 assists, and that's how, remember the coach said in the timeout, we need to play together, and 2 assists shows that they have not. And so hopefully they have that time in the halftime to just settle down their nerves. And they really have nothing to lose but to play hard and represent their country in the best way. So they'll have 20 minutes to do that in the second half.
Well, these two teams played together in the FIBA Women's World Cup pre-qualifying tournament in Kigali last year, with Senegal winning by 3 points, 68 for Senegal and 65 for Rwanda. So they know each other, but this is a whole different ball game. It's a different competition, and none of that will matter going into the last quarters of this game.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, but Senegal's out here warming up, and I think they have that chip on their shoulder and that confidence that they got a loss in their last game, and they have proved that they can play at a high tempo for 20 minutes.
We saw Senegal lose to Uganda at the 2023 FIBA Women's AfroBasket in their opener, and they managed to come back. But let's look at the team leaders here for Rwanda. 6 points for Stephanie Hampton with the 4 rebounds, and just the 1 assist for Stephanie Irakoze, which is what you were talking about, Ife.
I mean, they only had 2, so the other person that had the other assist was Philoxy. As you see here right now, Irakoze with 6 points leading the way for Rwanda.
Well, for Senegal, 8 players have really come back from that team that played in Kigali. 9 points for Ndiaye, 4 rebounds for Job, and Sokna as well has been the standout player, but 3 assists here as well for Ndiaye.
You really love to see how a team bounced back after a loss and takes it personal, as they know what they should bring and who they are. This is a Senegalese national team, and I love how they came out and played today.
Nene Njai, 9 points, 100% from the field, 1 for 2 from the 3-point line, and she really is the player that has the confidence there for Senegal, just building on what Yassine Diop was able to do earlier. As we see on your screen, Otis Jr., the coach, just listening in to Sidi Sal, the assistant coach. Both these teams reached the semifinals in 2023. Senegal beat Mali 75-65 to go to the final. Rwanda lost to Nigeria 79-48. But from the way things are going here, it looks like Rwanda are a shadow of themselves.
Yeah, Senegal has been playing amazing, and I think they're going to continue to keep that momentum. They faced adversity in their game against Uganda, but they have showed that they are put to the test and they can accomplish anything as they play as a team.
Wow. We just saw on your screen Sifa Ineza, who is not available to play for Rwanda in this competition, nursing an injury, and just to play it safe, she was asked to stay out. She had 21 points, 7 rebounds, and a combination of 2 assists against Senegal in that Women's World Cup qualifier in Kigali. So a big miss here for Rwanda, Sifa Ineza, but also one of the standout leaders for this very youthful team.
So go straight, her or her, it doesn't matter. Okay? So can you do it?
But you can impact the ball, stay tight because you can get it before she passes it. All right? That girl gonna roll, she's gonna try to throw it. So how you show it and you low? How you show it and you low? Let's go.
Well, there you go with Coach Otis is talking about pressure on the ball. They have 11 steals here at the halftime break, Senegal, and they were able to score 23 points from turnovers compared to Rwanda's 1.
Yeah, and also from those turnovers, 17 fast break points. And that's exactly the energy that they're going to continue to have in this third quarter.
Well, you can download the Courtside 1891 app on your phone. You can scan that QR code, get all the live updates from the FIBA family. So much action happening across the world. You can get schedules as well and extended highlights of all of the action. Here we go with the third quarter in Abidjan. Dillard. Soknanjai. Khan testing the waters here. Goes to the left. Dillard. Goes to the baseline. Yassin Job. Send in the right place. Khan again. And Rwanda just have enough defense there to regain the ball possession. Philoxi with a turnaround. And Bella Murekatete gives Rwanda another chance at this possession.
And that's a good pace for Rwanda, as you saw the attack from Philoxi, but Murekatete got that offensive board, and we didn't see much of that in the first half, so this is a good start for Rwanda.
Hampton steps on the line, and Senegal will retain the ball here. Senegal will continue to see how Sierra Dillard can help this team, averaging 10 points, 7 rebounds, 5.5 assists for Senegal after the 2 games that they played here in Abidjan. Khan, wow, beautifully done there from the baseline, this time from the left.
She takes her time. They had ball movement as a team, and that rewards them to their 10th assist.
They're up to 43 points here, Senegal. Tetero heads up high for Rwanda. Hot Putera with a 3-pointer attempt. Sen picks the rebound. Another outlet there for Dillard. Yassin Job under the basket, scans around, finds Khan, and the ball is stolen there. Tetero finds Philoxi. Murekatete in transition, basket good.
That's one of the good, at least flow momentums we've seen right now from Rwanda, as Murekatete has 3 points.
Well, we have to try and see if Rwanda can find their rhythm. Dioma can with yet another attempt.
We see Rwanda in a 2-3 zone, but their hands are down. Their energy is deflated.
Wow, look at that. And the reaction from Senegal. They continue to do no wrong here. Soknanjai with a step back jumper and just clean on the net. 45 for Senegal, 19 for Rwanda.
Okay, so that foul was definitely on the floor. against Rwanda.
Dillard inbound. Yassin Job finds Khan. Dillard on the outside from the perimeter. Gets the rebound, Soknanjai. Second chance point here for Senegal.
And that would be the 12th offensive rebound for Senegal.
Just doing a good job here, Senegal. Wow, great reaction from Rwanda, and they're really starting to come alive here. They're up to 22 points and 8 for Hampton. Senegal, they look like they're using the clock here, no pressure, just able to move that ball around. You spoke about the assists and the involvement of every player.
Yeah, they've really been playing together and maxing out the extra pass. Sometimes they overpass it, but you rather that and playing cohesively with that chemistry. So that's exactly what Senegal has been doing this game with 11 assists, team assists.
25-point game here. Senegal, 5 seconds on the clock. Khan squares up. Great rebound from the captain. Dillard. There's a jump ball, and the ball will go to Rwanda. 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. Rwanda will have to engage some magic here to turn things around, but the momentum is what they need to turn around right now.
It feels like they're having that one momentum, but then I have a defensive lapse, and then they have momentum again, and it's not consistent. And that's what they need right now, is consistency, flow in their offense and flow in their defense.
Tetero checks the defense there. Hampton finds Mrekatete. Sen is inside. The turnaround there. Mrekatete, another turnaround, uses the board, but there's a shot clock violation. Rwanda had thought that they had done enough to get those points on board, and there will be a coach's review here to see if the basket was made in time before the clock ran down, and the referees will look at that. Juliris Laureno from Puerto Rico and Dorothy Okach.
By blue team, we are going to review if the yellow LED light appeared before the shot was released. Initial decision on court is no basket. Go ahead and play when the yellow LED light appear, please. Go back. Stop. Stop. Go ahead. Stop when she's with the ball up. And stop, frame by frame, the ball is still on the hand. Yellow LED light appears, so it's shot clock violation. Do you agree? Yes. And 6:44 on the game clock. Do you agree? Yes. So after review, head coach challenge is not successful. Sorry. The yellow LED light appeared before the release of the shot. We got white ball on the end line with 6:44 on the game clock.
Well, there you heard it from the horse's mouth. Juliris Laureno from Puerto Rico together with Dorothy Okach conclude the challenge is unsuccessful. We will have 6 minutes, 44 seconds on the clock, and Rwanda will have to play defense here with this Senegalese ball possession. 25-point game here. Rwanda look like they will sit back in the paint. And Dioma Khan with Dillard. Because frustration there on the face of Sheksar up against his home team.
Rwanda still in that zone defense.
And they use the screen to beat the zone defense there. The captain, Yassin Job, is really up to 10 points now.
That's too easy to have that opening for Senegal to score, but again, the captain doing captain things and leading the way for her team.
That's exactly what she needed to react there. Tetero Odile with the 2 points for Rwanda. 49 for Senegal, 24 for Rwanda. Khan finds Yassin Job, top of the key, takes the 3-point attempt. And good rebound from Bella. And she struggles to get back up. Bella Mrekatete gets some help from Hop Butera. The two really belong to a generation of young Rwandan women that are playing professional basketball and inspiration to many a young girl back home in Rwanda.
And that, I love that you said that, because that's for every team in this tournament gets to see their senior national team play at this level. And everyone on this court, whether they win or lose, they're inspiring the youth to play basketball, to go on and say, oh, I want their jersey, you know? So that's a good call out to have and to know.
Yeah, absolutely. The last 15 years have been golden for Rwandan basketball. Huge investment in the hoops game, and that has really helped them to get to this level. Dillard to send for the beautiful combination.
Wow, what a no-look pass for Dillard to send. Drives it in and dishes it out to send for the 2-point basket, and you cannot ask anything more from your floor general.
They beat the Rwandan defense there. They didn't see it coming, and they punished for that lapse in concentration. Hampton finds Mrekatete. The ball is stolen, and there's a foul on Hop Butera.
Rwanda really struggling here, as just Senegal is just picking their pocket and just playing that aggressive defense. This is a replay of Dillard no-look pass to Sen, and that dump off and 2-point basket.
Sen has really been locked in this game. She's changed and turned things around from the no points in that first game against Guinea. And that improvement is what has really gotten her to be a mainstay here for Senegal.
Rwanda still in the 2-3 defense, trying to disrupt Senegal.
Wow, get out of here. Hop Butera with a good block there, but Khan finds Sen once again, and she's up to 6 points. Majigan Sen.
Senegal is not letting up on both ends of the floor in this game today.
Rebecca Chuzuzo thought that she was alone there, but Dillard gets the ball, and another steal here for Senegal. Sheikh drives into the paint, and the crowd are on their feet. They were ready to celebrate that. 14 steals for Senegal, 5 for Rwanda, as the East Africans gather together to catch their breath.
This is a different Senegalese team, and the demeanor and their energy that we've seen, especially in both games. And I like what I'm seeing here, that they really got a reality check against that loss of Uganda, and they came back with fire in their eyes in this game.
28 editions for Senegal, played in every semifinal. So winning here today means that they go to the quarterfinals and have an opportunity to make it 29. They didn't play at the 1986 edition, but they've played every edition since then, and they've made it count. Dillard up to 3 points, Mexico 4 points, and just continuing to lead from the backcourt.
Yeah, here you see Senegal setting up in a man press full court against Rwanda. They're not letting up no matter what the score is.
Absolutely, that's what we've seen here all day through. We saw Mozambique do exactly that against Guinea.
You see them here in a woman press, actually.
I love it. There's been a call on the floor. Just waiting to make sure that everything is in line. It's a foul. No, it's the count on the shot clock. Four minutes, 14 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Senegal with 55-24 for Rwanda. Odile Tetero. There's pressure from Timera and Nenenjai. Attempts, Philoxy. The attempt doesn't go in. Khan down the lane through the Senegalese defense. Khadija Faye is back on the floor and she's been fouled. Now let's look at the replay. There was really enough space there until Chuzuzo engaged with the contact. 3 team fouls here for Rwanda. Nenenjai, Joma Khan, Lena Timera through the Rwandan defense, and she makes it 2 extra points.
I just love the youth of this Senegalese team as Timera goes to the basket strong and then gets the turnover.
And it just looked like slicing through butter there for Senegal. They're really keeping the foot on the pedal here. They're not flinching, this Senegalese side. They know that they have business to handle, and they have the same attitude as we wait for the referees to have this conversation. Well, they agree. And the ball possession will go up to Rwanda. Hampton. She was drafted in the second round as a 22nd overall pick in the 2012 WNBA draft by the Seattle Storm. Went on to play for the Minnesota Lynx and the Chicago Sky, and now playing for Rwanda. As we see Dillard head to the bench, in comes Victorine Chow.
And I speak to each naturalized player that are playing in this league, and they are saying how much all these African countries have so much pride and so much culture, and they're so happy to represent whatever jersey that they put on as if their own. And you like to see that when a team does naturalize a player.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen you have a conversation with Hampton, and of course just loving this whole African vibe inside the Palais des Sports. The drums from Senegal, the drums from Cameroon, from Mali, from Cote d'Ivoire. It's just beautiful to experience. And of course for Hampton, just coming up and wearing that famous Rwandan blue and yellow means so much to her. There's communication there from the Senegalese bench in terms of the defense that they should play, as we see the referees align with the FIBA commissioner, Joy Aboki Olinga. Uize goes off. In comes Hop Butera. Rwanda trying to score in this possession. Philoxy. Victorine Chow keeping her in check. Looking for options. So many movements inside the paint there, and Odile Tetero loses the ball on the baseline.
It's that energy and defense that Senegal is bringing to this third quarter, and they continue to lead the way.
Inside 3 minutes now, 7 turnovers for Rwanda in this quarter, and it's just been dismal here.
I mean, at this point, they're just playing at ease, and anything that they want, they're getting on the offense and defensive end. Rwanda What are they going to do to step up at this moment to make something shake for their team?
Well, they have to remember all of the hard work that they've put into coming to this competition, reaching the semifinals at home 2 years ago, going to camp in Egypt. They played a friendly game against Uganda and beat the Gazelles before coming 2 weeks ahead of this competition to Abidjan to acclimatize. That alone should really motivate and inspire them. Nenendiai on the free throw line. Misses the first one. 10 for 13 here for Senegal on the free throw line. 77%. 11 points for Ndiaye. Points for Senegal.
You can see here the free throws 11 to 15 to just Rwanda's 4, and that's just not enough. They need to be more aggressive on the offensive end and stop settling for three-point shot.
Philoxy brought down by Khadija Faye, was real quick to check on her and make sure that she's okay.
I think Philoxy heard me saying they only have 4 attempts to the free throw line as she attacks hard and goes to the free throw line, and this would be the 6th time they would have.
And there's a reason why it's called a free throw line.
Because it's free.
It is free indeed. Khadija Faye with her first personal foul here. 2 team fouls for Senegal. She misses the first one.
Just take your time. You have 10 seconds on that line.
We saw Nenendiai earlier being able to breathe in and breathe out because you have 10 seconds to make that shot. No need to rush. She does the same. Misses. Khadija Faye with the rebound. Victorine Chow. Nenendiai on the right side. Movement on the inside. Lena Timera with the 2 points here for Senegal.
Timera doing her thing today on the court, bringing that energy off the bench as she has 7 points.
She's really done so well here. Rebecca Chuzuzo with her first points of this game and becomes the 6th Rwandan player to convert. Victorine Chow. Nenendiai. Timera drives in through the middle on the right with a beautiful pass there to Khadija Faye. And the ball is tapped away by Hampton. And it will be Rwanda ball. Good defense there from Rwanda.
Yeah, one of the few of the defense you see here. Philoxy dishes it off to her teammate Kuzuzu for the 2-point basket.
Which is beautiful to see here. Philoxy. She's really been the leader here for Rwanda. 5 points. As they wait for her to tie her laces. Hampton. Missed opportunity here. Victorine Chow with a steal. And Pui will relax. Wait for Chow. Nenendiai reading the room. Pui. It's a bad pass there to Timera. As far as turnovers are concerned for Senegal, they've only had 8 in this game so far, and the 3rd quarter is almost coming to an end.
You see a full court press from Senegal, and again another turnover for Rwanda.
Rwanda, body language-wise, they really look like they've almost given up here. Timera finds Victorine Chow through the middle. Khadija Faye with the jumper. And Hampton gets the rebound and a foul on Khadija Faye. Helps her up. Good sportswomanship.
Yeah, you see a little bit frustration as she's talking to her teammate and letting her know, like, outlet to where to go. So you see that veteran player out of her.
2 personal fouls for Khadija Faye. Hampton finds Irakoze. Good turnaround there for Bella Mrekatete, who's back on the court. Hampton doesn't get the bucket there. Mrekatete will fake from the top of the key, turn around, and she doesn't get the basket, but Hope with the opportunity to make some second chance points here, and it is a walk.
Rwanda just out of whack and not playing cohesively or together in this game, as they're trying to find solutions to their problem, but they're just not capitalizing on them.
You spoke about Rwanda not playing as a team here. They look out of sorts from what we've seen them do in the last 5 years, as Big SR comes back to the court. Big, one of the 3 players from the famous and iconic Seed Academy in chess, together with Pui. And Majigen Sen, all of the bigs there for Senegal. She comes back onto the court as the referees make sure the officials, the table officials, have everything right. 51.8 seconds to the end of the third quarter. Senegal 62, Rwanda 26. And of course the Egyptians are keeping an eye out here. Julian Martinez, after losing to South Sudan, watching the game. Timera, Khadija Faye, Hampton. Good pressure there from Rwanda. Timera, once again, Victor Inchao. Drives through the middle, trying to beat the shot clock. Khadija Faye with a putback and the points for Senegal.
As she knows to crash the offensive boards on every single possession, and she was there to clean it up.
Very nice there for Khadija Faye. There's a 2-second variation there on the clock. Irakoze finds Hope Butera. Senegal keeping the defense very tight, and the attempt there for the 3. Khadija Faye with yet another rebound here for Senegal. Big SR tries to get to the basket, and there's a foul that has been called here. There will be a conversation between the referees to make sure that everything goes on well, and the foul has been called on Big SR of Senegal.
We are going to review if the red light appeared before the foul was committed. Initial decision on court is offensive foul on white 34. Go ahead and play when the point of contact occurs, please. Go. Stop. Go back. Is this the point of contact? Is this the point of contact of white? Right? And we got 0.7 on the game clock. Yes, so the foul was committed before the red light appeared. Yes, do you agree? So after review, the foul was committed before the red light appeared. So we got 0.7 on the game clock, and we have white blue ball on the end line with the rest of the game clock. No shot clock.
Well, there it is. You've heard the decision from the referees.
Yes, you.
The foul goes to Big SR, and there will be 1.0 second on the clock.
0.7.
They'll make it 0.7.
Foul was on time. Blue ball.
And it will be Rwanda's inbounds.
0.7.
0.7.
Less than 1 second.
Less than 1 second.
0.7. Let's go. Oh my God.
The teams come back to the floor. 0.7 seconds on the clock. Less than a second. Rwanda's ball. No margin for errors here, even for the referees. They'll make sure that they make the right decision. And that's the beauty about the instant video review here at the FIBA Women's AfroBasket 2025 in Cote d'Ivoire. Hampton looking for options. Finds Irakoze. She tries to get the ball past Timera. And that's the end of the third quarter. 64 for Senegal, 26 for Rwanda. You see Hampton trying to have a conversation there with Coach Sheksar. Well, there you have the numbers.
49% from the two, 27% from the two for Rwanda. 6 opportunities at the free throw line for Rwanda, but Senegal has got there quite a few times, with the reason why they're in this game.
Yeah, let's look at Ndioma Khan from the baseline on the left side, just being able to find her distance, and everything was just about the net. But for Rwanda, they tried to get some points in transition there with Bella Murekatete running down the lane for the 2 points.
Yeah, there was moments in the third quarter where they got those opportunities, but Njai was just doing what she does best and just attacking the basket, as we just saw right now, as she has 12 points for Senegal.
And Yassine Job, captain, fantastic, with the jumper this time in the third quarter to add to her 10 points that really have been the difference for Senegal.
And here she goes again, just going up strong, but she gets blocked by Butera from Rwanda.
Now Philoxy, who's been leading from the backcourt, just finds Rebecca Chuzuzo for her first point in this game under the basket. No Senegalese defense, and they were able to execute. Looking at your screen, you can download the Courtside 1891 app with live streams of the game, schedules, extended highlights, and all the scores happening inside the FIBA family. Now here we go for the last quarter of this game between Senegal and Rwanda as a qualifier to the quarterfinals. Victorine Chow, Matilda Diop is back on the floor. Timera attempts the three. Hop Butera gets the rebound. There's a block there from Timera.
Rwanda has 9 minutes and 40 seconds just to give their all and compete until the end. Close the gap of this tremendous lead. Have that pride that you're representing your country.
And that is something that fans across Rwanda will be saying. And the Kinyarwanda word for pride and fighting for your country is really to say Ishaka. So I'm teaching you some Kinyarwanda, Ishaka.
Ishaka.
There you go, Ishaka. So they'll need to engage some of that. And for Rwanda on the floor, Bella Murekatete, Hope Butera, Yuko Senje, Hampton Kisha, and Irakoze, as we see the very colorful Senegalese fans in the stands waving that beautiful flag of the land of Teranga. Timeout there for Rwanda, but Ify, what do you feel about the first 3 quarters that we've already seen that you expect in the fourth quarter?
I mean, Senegal just needs to play how they've been playing. They don't need to underestimate anything, but continue to play. They won the first quarter, they won the second, and they won the third quarter against Rwanda. And Rwanda only 6 points in the first, 11 points in the second, and then only 9 contribution points in the third. So for them, just come out and play. At this point, you have nothing to lose. So give your all and give your heart, so you can feel that confidence no matter what happens at the end of this game.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need to do here, Rwanda. And just looking at their last games between these two teams, you get the feeling that Rwanda have just really come up short in that game in Kigali in the Women's Basketball World Cup qualifier last year. Rwanda led the first quarter 23-15. They were down by 1 in the second and down by 13 in the third, but won the last quarter and eventually just lost by 3 points. But today here with single digits in 2 quarters, it's just not good enough for Rwanda.
Rwanda doesn't have their strongest team, as some players are injured and not here. So hopefully the next time we can have everybody together and play hard.
Obviously, you spoke about the absence of their key players, Sifa Ineza, who we saw courtside, continuing to support her teammates, just trying to contribute even as a coach. Victorine Chow with a steal, doesn't get the basket as Stephanie Irakoze tries to cross the line, and there's a foul that has been called on Senegal.
I mean, just look at the pressure up on Rwanda every single time. They are sending 2 to 3 people to 1 person, as you see right here, to Tamara and Matilda Job on the board, on that play.
That is the thing that Rwanda need to fix here, as Hampton inbounds the ball. Stephanie Irakoze, Hope Butera, has a double team on her. She finds Irakoze, who tries to go to the baseline. Hampton through the middle there, and the layup.
And that is the smoothness that you need to see from Rwanda again and again and again to close the gap. But they need to play defense here and get some stops.
Hampton up to 10 points, fast player for Rwanda to go into double digits. She's scored 10 of Rwanda's 28 points here against Senegal.
And that's a great defensive stop from Rwanda after they just scored. So hopefully this continues their pace of this game.
Well, just 8 points from the bench from Rwanda. It's just really been a tough outing here for the East African side. And you can see tears here in the eyes of this fan, who perhaps is a fan of Rwanda, despite the color of flag she's wearing on her shirt. Victorine Chow looking for options, doesn't get the right pass to Khadija Faye, and the frustration there on the Senegal bench.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have to be fancy, just a regular bounce pass or chest pass will work.
Khadija Faye, one of the youngsters of this Senegalese team, 3 points. She's gotten an opportunity to express herself on the floor.
Senegal in a high zone defense against Rwanda.
Khadija Faye almost gets one over Hampton, and she does with that block. Played for Senegal at the youth level, and just gets the timely touch on the ball there as it goes out.
She truly provides quality minutes for Senegal.
Wow, Rosine Michomyiza gets those 2 points for Rwanda to make it 30. Too many hands inside the paint. Matilda Job.
She was wide open for her 3-point shot, but she wanted to get it inside because that is the game plan. Inside-outside basketball for Senegal has really kept them in this game.
Matilda Job. She's part of that team that went to the final in 2023. She's playing at her second AfroBasket. Victorine Chow, Big SR. It's an air ball. And Rwanda just have another opportunity to score here. The frustration on her face. 29 bench points for Senegal, 10 for Rwanda, with 7 minutes, 36 seconds to go here. Irakoze. The ball will go back to Rwanda. But the crushing that Senegal set up there was really impressive, and they can build on that.
Yeah, they're in a 1-2-2 high press zone against Rwanda, trying to continue that energy that they had since the beginning of the game. You can see here they're back into...
Hampton tries a jumper. Murekatete, great assist there from under the key from Philoxi.
I feel like she says anything that I do, they'll take it. 5 points from Murekatete.
It is Bigesar with another 3-point attempt from the top of the key. Just enough to tap the rim and goes out. 64 for Senegal, 32 for Rwanda, and the fans enjoying being on the big screen and supporting their team. There's a huge Senegalese contingent that stays here in Trècheville, where we are in Abidjan. They've come out in big numbers, filling the Palais des Sports. Miss by Irakoze on the baseline. Khadija Faye, Victorine Charles comes down the lane through the middle. Good rebound from Bigesar to protect the ball. She takes it back up and doesn't get the ball inside the net.
A way for her to fight in that possession, getting that offensive board and powering it back up, and she was fouled.
Well, Bigesar has an opportunity to make it count on the free throw line. Her first trip to the free throw line, and she makes it count. Her first points of this game. Senegalese players have scored here in this game today with those free throws from Bigesar.
And they want this contribution of every single player that steps on this floor for Senegal, because you have more games this tournament, and you definitely want to see what teammates are going to step up, and they just showed they have been showing a tremendous job in this game, every single player.
Absolutely, and that's always part of the strategy when it comes to tournament basketball. There's so much back-to-back games, and you want to be able to be fresh, especially that they're playing the qualifier to the quarterfinals. Means that they're going to play back-to-back games within 24 hours. Timera Bigesar finds Victorine Charles. Khadija Faye to the inside. Great defense there from Rekatete, but it doesn't count as Khadija Faye goes to the basket. Hampton with the rebound.
That was a good attack and pace, but Hampton with that rebound got fouled.
Keisha Hampton, 10 points, 8 rebounds. She's 2 rebounds away from a double-double here for Rwanda. And what has been a lackluster performance, Bigesar with 3 personal fouls. Frustration over the face of Sheksar. Victorine Charles makes the right move there, but Rwanda will maintain the ball possession here. Hampton. Sad faces there of the Rwandan fans in the stands in utter shock. 6 minutes to play, last quarter here. Hampton finds Michomniza, gets the ball to Irakoze from the baseline, almost gets her own rebound. Victorine Charles down the right side, finds Khadija Faye, fakes Hampton, and the basket.
What a poised move from the youth. 5, she pump fakes up, Hampton flies, and then she gets the 2-bucket play.
And the fact that she gets it with her left hand is just beautiful to see as Hampton pumps on the other side of the court to get one over her. She will be going to the free throw line.
This would be Rwanda's 8th attempt to the free throw line, and that is really low for a team to have, especially I would think because we haven't got to the free throw line, I would be attacking at every single possession that I could possibly do, playing inside to outside and not just settling for those jump shots.
Wow, it's been a very tough day here in the qualifiers for the quarterfinals. Hampton makes it count. She's up to 11 points here for Rwanda. We saw an earlier low-scoring game with Mozambique beating Guinea in the first game of today, 91-38. Rwanda just 5 points away from equaling that. Victorine Chow. Khadija Fai tries to use the board, gets her own rebound, and makes it count.
I love the way this Fai is playing. She's on fire today for Senegal as she continues to set the pace in the post presence.
Mitchell Isa, Odile Tetero, double team there by the Senegalese defense. Tries to sneak the ball to Irakoze. It works out. The ball comes back to her. It is a shot there from inside. And another missed opportunity from the field. Timera playing at her first FIBA Women's AfroBasket for Senegal. Bigassar with another attempt. Doesn't drop. Odile Tetero. That's a bad pass to Murekatete, and the shock on the face of Sheksar. He cannot believe what he's seeing.
Yeah, as Rwanda has really been struggling since the tip-off. And as you see Fai walking to the bench and her teammates cheering her on as she ends up with 7 points and 8 rebounds.
Great performance there from Khadija Fai. Victorine Chow. You can see that Senegal are continuing to run their own plays even when they are in a firm lead here. Timera with the attempt on the three, and she converts from behind the perimeter.
Oh, she is playing her best as she spots up and shoot it. Well, you know, hand down, woman down, and she has 10 points for Senegal.
It is the fourth three-pointer here for Senegal in 19 attempts, 21% in terms of percentages as Mathilde Diop comes down the lane here. Victorine Chow, the ball gets to Mathilde. Bigassar looks around, and there's a walk there. Good pressure there from Rwanda. Frustration for Coach Otis.
14 players on Senegal has scored in this game, and that's exactly what you want to see in this tournament. Play early on because every single player is going to be needed down the stretch.
Odile Tetero. Irakoze. There's a double team there. Odile Tetero with the attempt there. There's no one to rebound the ball for Rwanda. Quiz back on the court. Tries to find Mathilde. Jump. Victorine Chow. Bigay to the best line. Beautifully done there for Pui to make it count on the board.
Oh, we love to see that extra pass from Sar to her teammate Pule as she dives to the basket and gets the foul.
Well, she nails the basket there through the defense for Rwanda, and you can see the continued frustration on the faces of the Rwandan players. Pui left alone to convert on the free throw line. She does make it count, and she's up to 8 points here. It's already above her average, which was 5.5. 3 minutes to play. Irakoze. Rosine Michamiza with the three-pointer there to save Rwanda here.
And every single time Rwanda gets set up and runs their offense the way that they want to, they have got an open movement and a good shot.
Rwanda up to 10 points here in the last quarter, 2 less than Senegal. It's the closest they've come in a quarter against Senegal. And it will be a foul on Senegal. 4 team fouls here for Senegal, 3 for Rwanda. And Tetero will head to the free throw line. Senegal are in the red with 2 minutes, 38 seconds to go as Tetero converts from the charity line. Her first points on the free throw line. Up to 3. Misses. Chow in the right place there to get the rebound and control the way things go for them on offense. Pui, Timera, Bitshop Butera, Bigasar gets the 2 points finally. She gets some points on the board. She's really been trying to do so much, and she's getting frustrated.
She has 4 points in this game.
Odile Tetero. Odile back to Irakoze with the three-pointer. There's no one to get the ball from the Rwandan team. Victorine Chow once again. Matilda Job. Irakoze with the rebound. Bella Mrekatete through the middle, and just too hard on the board.
Another missed opportunity. Great take, but another missed opportunity going to the basket for Rwanda.
78 for Senegal, 37 for Rwanda. 1 minute and a half to play in the last quarter. Victorine Chow finds Pui. She squares up, and it's an air ball. Rwanda once again. 70 seconds to play here in the last quarter. Rwanda. There will be a substitution on the floor. Khadija Faye comes back for Pui. Pui has just really done a good job here for Senegal. 8 points for her, 2 rebounds. And 1 assist. Irakoze looks for options. Odile Tetero, just not enough to get to the rim. Victorine Chow. His movement inside the paint. Bigasar looks around. Chow through the sides. Ball gets to Khadija Faye. Looks for that three-pointer. Matilda goes back up. Oh, and she becomes the 12th Senegalese player to score points in this game. 12 for 12. What an incredible teamwork we've seen from the 11-time African champions.
We have to agree on that. Every single player has scored for Senegal. And as they cheer, you could hear the thunder rocking from their fans as they take this game.
Wow, well done, Senegal. And as they like to say, félicitations, of course. They're almost done. 11 seconds to go. And the coach saying you don't have to score, just out of respect, the same way that Rwanda did there, getting the fans on their feet and able to celebrate that effort and the move, more importantly, from Matilda Job. Victorine Chow just crosses the line there as the clock runs down here inside the Palais des Sports in Abidjan in Côte d'Ivoire on the west coast of Africa. Félicitations, congratulations, Senegal. They go into the quarterfinals for an incredible performance there. 80 for Senegal, 37 for Rwanda. A very disappointing evening here for the Rwandan fans and the ones back home. But congratulations to the Lionesses of Teranga, who did enough to make sure that they go to the last 8. They were relentless right from the opening quarter here. Senegal taking a 14-point lead into the second quarter. They led by 9 as well in the second. They limited Rwanda to 9 points in the third and managed to score 16 points in the last quarter, 5 more than Rwanda.
You knew in the beginning of this game, because of how they were warming up, that they had ice in their eyes and ice in their vein, that they were going to take this game and have no mercy for Rwanda.
They dished out everything that they had, this Senegalese team, and as they like to sing, Senegal rek, to mean Senegal only, and really as a way of encouraging the fans, the players. The flags are out, the beautiful green, yellow, and red for the fans that came out here to support this team. But of course, they deserve this victory. They stood out in every column on the stat sheet. But what stood out for you, Iffy?
For 40 points off of the turnovers. 40 points off of turnovers. I mean, and then for the fast break points was 22. They just did amazing across the board, from the defense to offense, how they played as a team. They had 20 assists. Everybody on the team scored. This is exactly the Senegalese team that everybody knows from years on and years on. And it's nice to see how they came back from the loss against Uganda.
38 turnovers here for Rwanda in a lackluster performance against Senegal is exactly the storyline that we've seen throughout this game. 45 bench points for Senegal, but every player managed to score points, as we see Sierra Dillard taking those selfies. She deserves that. She stood out for Senegal. She managed to score 4 points and 4 assists, 2 rebounds in 21 minutes and 15 seconds of play time. But let's look at the numbers here, Iffy.
I mean, 47 points to Senegal to 30%. Excuse me, 47% of the 2 for Senegal and 30% for Rwanda, but the free throws, 14 for 18 for Senegal as they got to the line, but 38 turnovers for Rwanda. Just couldn't cut it for a win. And then you could see again the 20 assists for Senegal.
Well, there it is, the double digits for the standout players for Senegal. 12 points for Nenenjai, and Diop with the 10, as well as Soknanjai and Lena Timera. It was a fantastic night for the Lionesses of Teranga. They'll be very proud, and they can pat themselves on the back. They are very happy, they look happy, and the lights, the flashlights are on them there on the court as they celebrate.
You can see here the fourth quarter scores. The best one is Hampton diving to the basket. That was one of her 10 points that she got, but the block from 5 came out of nowhere, and she said, "Nuh-uh, not today."
Looking at the replay there, she'll be pleased with herself. I guess that's why she got the last seconds on the court from the coach, who wanted her to come back and get a feel of that game. But Victorine Chow being able to find her in transition, the fake there to send Hampton the other way and to get those 2 extra points for Senegal is one of the moves that really stood out for Senegal in this last quarter.
And you see here 5 battling. She had 7 points, 9 rebounds in today's game, and she's just relentless off of those offensive boards and has been giving that contribution to Senegal when they need it.
And Lena Timera from the baseline. There was no defense, acres of space, and she made no mistake and drowned that 3-pointer extra points for Senegal. The steal, the defense there didn't work out, but Rosine Michomiza finding half distance, aka Cisse, to get some points on the board for Rwanda.
You see here Matilda Diop getting her first basket, and everybody cheering for her because that was the last Senegalese player to score for this game.
Well, there it is. Congratulations to Senegal. We have 3 teams in the quarterfinals: Mozambique, South Sudan, Senegal. But coming up next is Cameroon against Angola. The winner here, who are Senegal, take on the hosts Cote d'Ivoire in the quarterfinals tomorrow. Stay tuned and join us for that last matchup here today as we look towards knowing the last team that will join the last 8. Thank you and goodbye for now.